Hey folks, Landstryder here. This is episode 24 in my post-Finem spoiler series, and today I want to automate all the things. So yeah, I want to, now that I got my applied logistics system up and working, I want to automate everything. I want to be able to auto-craft pretty much anything that I need so that I don't have to mess around anymore with handcrafting stuff. So we're going to try to automate fabrication and Minechem stuff. We're going to try to automate all that today. So we're going to be highly mechanized and advanced from this point on. So I did a little bit of prep work off camera to get ready for this because there's a lot of stuff to go over. And I'm going to have to make a few jump cuts because some of the stuff I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to automate it and then have to wait for it to craft some stuff for me so that I can continue on automating other things. So let's start with this right here. So I made the last inscriber, the 5 inscribers that I said I would need, and I brought them down here and I connected them up. Now this one right here, I just realized might have an issue because I don't have it connected to any power. I need to get power over to it. So let's get some power to that. There's a couple ways I can do that. Actually, I think what I want to do is give it power with a cable. I don't have any of this, or conduit. But the this conduit, the ME conduit, because it doesn't matter what side you put the ME conduit in. Sometimes the power conduits have a little issue. You'll notice that the top one says 3K RF out of 3K RF because it's actually being attached to that enhanced energy conduit, but it's also attached via the ME conduit. And since these three are touching, they can share ME energy. So down here, even though it says 0 out of 3K RF, it doesn't matter because it's powering itself off of the applied energistics power, which is flowing through those machines. It'll share that. So what I can do is if I just put a piece of this right there like so, that should allow this one to get the applied energistics power as well. So that should be all I need to do. Now I've got these item conduits I'll put in here and kind of semi set up, but there's some more things that I need to do. So each one of these has a presser, a logic press, the engineering press, the calculation press, etc. And up right there, I have an ME interface. Remember I made one of those last times? Now ME interface is going to be highly important to auto crafting everything. So this is where I actually would put the crafting patterns that I want the system to know how to make. And in order for it to do these particular crafting patterns, we're going to have to make a crafting terminal upstairs to make those patterns. In fact, I probably should do that first, since I need to be able to make the patterns. We'll come back down to that in a second. So, pattern. We need this guy right here. Pattern, is that right? Yeah, ME pattern terminal. I'm pretty sure that's right. So we need a crafting terminal. We need to make a regular terminal, so we can make that. We should be able to make this, maybe? Nope, we don't have a crafting tables ready to go. Let's do that. Do we have any wood? We got plenty of wood in there. What's up in the sawmill right now? We got some wood up there? Yeah, we do. Okay, we'll just use that. And make ourselves some crafting tables. We'll make a bunch of them, make a few of them, because we're going to need them. Back to terminal. Looking at terminals, here we go. This is the one I need, ME pattern terminal, but I need the crafting terminal first, so let's do that. Now we can make the pattern terminal. Because we've got all the engineering, we got all the processors, we should have enough processors to continue today. So I'm going to stick that one right here on the side. And on the back right here, you can see that I have an import bus. I used that in order to pick up the chests, all those iron chests that I had full of items, and then I just used that to import all those items, and I made myself an acceleration card to get it done quickly. Which that's probably actually going to go now, or at least not be right there, because I don't need it there. In a minute, I'm going to put something else there. So I guess while I'm doing this, as far as terminal goes, let's get it's not the pattern terminal, we want an interface terminal as well. So that's going to require an interface. And we're out of cores of some kind. So that is the annihilation core. What am I missing? I'm missing regular quartz. Regular quartz, we can do that pretty easily, which is just 4 silicon dioxide and a gallium arsenide, and get us some regular quartz. That should go right there, I think. Yes, there's our annihilation cores. Now, hopefully by the time that I'm done with this episode, I want to be able to just request all this stuff rather than have to go around and craft it, especially the parts for the ME system, because that's the first thing I want to automate, is making all the different parts for the ME system, so that I can make it, so I can easily expand it by just saying, now I need this parts and that parts, make those up for me, and then I'll be able to go around and use them to automate things. So there we go. There's our interface terminal, and I'm going to go right on the back of this. So this basically is our main interaction point with the system. Now it kind of looks, I don't really like that little gap around there, so let's fix that while we're at it. So I would like, do I want it to be the same as this over here, or do I want something different? I kind of would like something different. So let's get some factory blocks out of here, at least one. And I think what I would like, I usually like this one right here. Let's see, are there any other ones that might look good? No, I think I'm going to stick with this one. And you'll see why here in just a second. Now if I get my cable stands, that thing's right there, cable anchors, that's what it is. Oh, clear that. Cable anchors, and add that to my factory block. I'm going to get some facades. And now I can just go ahead and apply those facades. Ta-da-da-da-da-da. And now we've got a nice looking solid block with the bolts around it. I kind of like the bolt looking thing around it. Anyway, that's one of the block textures I really like to use for that border, because it looks good in an industrial setting, and it's pretty industrial. This thing stopped working? Yeah. So let's pull that stuff out of there and let it sop some of that rubber wood that we had. Moving on. Now that this is done, right here, I can make crafting patterns, but I'm going to need some blank patterns to use in there. So we're going to make them blank patterns. It's going to take Certus quartz in the middle, and I made a bit of this up. Oop, and I'm out of quartz glass. Quartz glass. Okay, we can make that. Let's try making a few more of those. There we go. And those go in this slot right here to be used. And there's 2 ways to operate this. So you might notice this button right here, crafting pattern. That's for standard crafting things that would be done in like a crafting grid, like your crafting bench, stuff like that. And then there's this mode right here, processing pattern, which means that you're going to tell it some ingredients, and then you're going to tell it what it's going to get back. And it's going to send those to whatever machine or inventory that it's attached to. And it's going to assume that that machine or inventory, if you set it up properly, is going to process those resources into the outcome. So that's what we got here. So this interface is attached to this item buffer right here. It's not really attached to any other inventory. So it's going to, when it send a request for one of the patterns that are in that interface, it's going to eject the raw materials into the item buffer. And then I'm going to use the item conduits to get those raw materials where they need to go. And then when it's all said and done, the end product is going to go back into the interface, and the ME system is going to know that it crafted it when it receives it back. And yeah, so we should be good there. Everything should be good there. The only thing I need to do is tell it what it needs to craft different things. So if we look at processors, if I want to make a logic processor, I need a piece of gold, a piece of silicon, and a piece of redstone. And this is going to get processed into a logic processor by the time that the thing's all said and done. So now I come down here, and I need to put this into the interface, and it's going to dump that materials in here. Now the problem with this yet so far is it doesn't know the item conduit, doesn't know where to put that stuff right off the bat. So what we need to do, first of all, let's do some things that might help us. So if I say this is actually a brown channel, and the end product is going to come out of this inscriber over here. So we can say that the extract is actually going to be the brown channel. We can say it can be always active. So that's going to take the end product and put it back into the interface. I'm doing this a little bit out of order. I hope you can follow along. Now this one is going to be always active as well. Actually, let's get it to always active, so we don't have any interfering redstone. We'll do it the same on this one. That's the insert on the brown channel. Now the green channel, though, it's going to pull out of there. It's going to bring things down here. Now I need to tell it the right stuff. Now in order to do that, I've made up some basic item filters that's going to allow that green channel to know where things go. And the look of the recipe for those is relatively simple. It's just hopper and a couple pieces of paper and make a basic item filter. So for that, and we're going to need some things. So for that, now we can go put that in there. This one is going to be silicon. That's the insert. Yes, that's the insert channel. This one is only going to allow, I think that one's pure Certus quartz. This one's only going to allow diamonds, and this one's only going to allow gold. Now I need those materials to actually set the filters. So let me go grab those real quick. So I need some gold. I need some redstone. Redstone and a diamond. I don't know if I have a diamond in here or not. I do. I have a couple diamonds. And I can make much more diamonds. Diamonds, and then pure Certus quartz. Probably don't have any of that. Okay, so I'm going to have to take some Certus quartz, grind that up. There's some more quartz dust. That's good. Get our pure Certus quartz and a piece of sand. And we'll go and, oops, get those back up. We'll go get these growing. Toss those in there and turn that on. We'll come back to that in a little bit and it should be ready by the time we're ready for them. The other thing I needed was silicon. Get this all programmed down here. Silicon. Eventually, we're gonna have to hook this up to some machines and some other stuff. We're gonna get there. Hopefully, I'm gonna get it all done in this. So this one should only accept silicon. Whitelist silicon. This one I don't have the material to program yet. This one should only accept diamonds. Is that right? Engineering, yes. And this one should only accept gold. There we go. And then I guess while I'm at it, talking about all these things, I think that I forgot to turn in a bunch of quests. So let's look at that. Under the advanced tech. Yeah, in fact, I made the brains, so I can turn this one in. Ooh, I can get a 4K storage cell. That seems, I could have got another ME controller. Well, I've got enough controllers, I believe. I have enough controllers for everything that I ever wanted to do. I'm going to get a bit of dense cable too. That's nice. So we're going to take this storage cell. And let's go put that up in here. Now I actually made the other processor. Oh, excuse me. Processors. There we go. Let's grab those out for just a second. Because we should now come back here and look under here. Manual detect. Oh, we need to make the actual print. Okay. Whoops. Guess I should have detected those when I had the chance. We're going to have to make them anyway, I think. Well, we wouldn't necessarily have to. But we will. We will make that stuff here in just a second. Just so I can get those quests done. Let's check this, see if it's ready. Is this ready? Oh, perfect timing. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect timing. Okay, we turn that off so we don't run our power down. And now we can use that to program this one right here. So that one's only going to take pure Certus quartz. And since I need one of these and one of these, and I think I did the diamond one, right? I did the whole diamond thing. Yeah, that would be the engineering. So let's let those cook real quick, and we're going to get that and that out. And let's see if we can't detect our things now. Manual detect, consume task, submit that. And wow, we can, oh, I'm definitely going to take the calculation processors. That's like 8 diamonds worth, or I can only get 2 now. Yeah, heck yeah, I'm going to take them. Extra processors. And now I should be able to do this. Consume task, submit a logic processor, and I don't really need the logic processors back that much. I've got a bunch of them, and gold. Gold is kind of, we're going to go with the diamond. Why not? Okay. Now we got a bunch more processors. Nice. Okay, let's get back to programming this thing because this is already taking too long explaining this. So let's see here. These are all set. All the inputs are set. So this is pulling out the green channel. These are all going in. All right. One other one that I needed to do was I needed to put a filter in here and tell this only redstone into the side of this. Only redstone goes in the side of this. Okay. Now, all of these other channels are going to get recolored. So the output on this is actually going to be blue. This is a silicon. We're going to say always active. And that silicon is actually going to go into the bottom blue. Okay? There we go. Now these other ones, their extract channel is actually going to be purple. I'm going to say always active. But it's going to go in the top up there. And I can't really quite see it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. And the down connection is going to be an insert, and it's going to be purple. Okay. Did I tell this to always extract? Yes, I did. Okay. Now this one here is also going to be purple, and it's going to always extract. And this one here is also going to be purple and always active. Okay, so that should be good. That's going to save us a couple filters because we're using the channels. So when this gets done pressing something, it's going to pull it out and put it into this one over here. Now all I need to do is, I think we're good. I think that is actually set up. Now I just need to actually teach it how to do those. And we already did we did this one, right? Yeah, we actually did that one. Now if I take and tell it a diamond plus a silicon and a redstone is going to give me a engineering processor, I can teach it an engineering processor. And then if I tell it a pure Certus quartz is going to end up giving me a calculation processor, we're going to do that. There we go. So there's the 3 recipes that this little setup is going to be able to handle. I'm pretty sure that that's all that this is probably going to end up handling until I can do some more advanced stuff like with Steve's Factory Manager. I might redesign this later, but there's a super basic setup. So I really don't need any of the parts right now, but I do want to, for one, let's put all of our processors away. Whoops. What was that? What are those called? Printed. Let's get that back out. We'll get the printed calculation processor back out. I've got one extra piece of silicon, and I need one more piece of redstone. So yeah, I want to clean up I don't want to have any of these printed parts left because I want it to automatically just go ahead and do those. So what I can do is if I put the piece of silicon, the redstone up in there, it's going to end up where it needs to go. I can go ahead and put this extra piece of silicon and this guy in there. And then that should go right in there. And you can see that the printed silicon went down here. The silicon went down there, got printed, and then got put up in here. And then it's going to end up back in the system. We should be good. Should be good. So now if I go processors, we'll make a logic processor. I go next. And oh, I don't have any crafting CPUs ready. Oh, well, that could be a problem. So let's make some crafting CPUs. Because we're going to need those in order to be able to craft stuff, for sure. So first of all, we're going to need crafting units. Let's get 1, 2, we'll start with 3 of these guys for now, I think. Yeah, 3 may be enough, may not, I don't know. Then I'm also going to want to do, let's see, I want to, let's say 4K crafter. So we're going to need calculation processor. We're going to need a bunch of these. Ooh, I don't know if I have enough Certus. Ooh, I only got enough for a 1K crafter. Ooh. Oh, maybe. We could do 1K for now. I don't know if I can recycle these later or not. I really need to get some more Certus quartz. So for that I need the aluminum phosphate. And I put my other thing over here, so I've got an actual drawer for phosphate now. Phosphate and aluminum. This is not the expensive part, but is it 1 and 1? Yeah, it is. Aluminum phosphate. We're gonna need more of this. Yeah, in order to speed this up, I want to move this real quick. So if I take a cardboard box, I want to show you this guys anyway. So if I take a cardboard box, I can box this guy up. Don't try to do anything. When you right click it, you're going to open an interface and it's going to get boxed at the same time. If you try to do anything in that interface with the thing boxed, it might cause a crash. But I'm going to bring it down here and I'm going to attach it temporarily to this power so that I can get this done quickly. Get a bunch of this stuff. You can see it powers up much faster off of this cable. And let me get enough of this to at least make a single 4K crafting interface. Alright, that should be good for now. Just remember it's down there for temporary. I want to put it back in a little bit. Actually, probably what I'm going to do is craft another one. So now if I do this, this, and this, and this, I can do 1 and 2. We're going to make a 4K. And we're going to start with 1 and then I'll expand it off camera because oh, what am I missing? What am I missing there for this? Oh, quartz glass. Okay, can do that. More quartz glass. 4K crafting, and then I need the 4K crafting storage. There we go. Looking good. Okay, and then the other thing I want is a coprocessor. Yep, we're going to do that. And I'm a little sketchy on exactly how to explain the coprocessor. I think basically what it means is that there's multiple steps to the thing that the crafting processor is trying to craft. It can process more than one step at a time. I think each additional coprocessor allows it to process one additional step simultaneously. I hope that's a good explanation. Now I need a good place to put this stuff. So I've got some dense cable right here. I wonder if I can... I want to swap this with dense cable, but I don't want that to fall down. Just to make sure that it doesn't fall down, because that could be disastrous. We're going to grab some kind of building material real quick. Something from over here. How about some cobble? About a little bit more cobble than that. And I'm just going to temporarily put something here. I don't even know if it would fall or not, but I don't want to risk it. So we're going to pop off this direction with some dense cable. And then we're going to put our crafting processor right here. We're going to have a lot more crafting processors coming off this direction. So then I'm going to put my coprocessor there. You can see it forms a multi-block that only takes one channel. And now I should be able to remove these pieces of cobble. I don't know if this is going to stay here like this. We might come up with something better later on, but I just want to get it working. So now that I actually have a processing unit, a computer, a CPU to dedicate to the crafting process, words, I should be able to order one of these now. So say I want one logic processor. You can see that there's a place where you can select the crafting CPU. We'll say automatic. It's actually crafting CPU 0 because we've only got one anyway. So we'll just leave it on automatic. Most of the time you're going to leave it automatic. And click start. And if I hurry up downstairs, I should be able to see this stuff working. Get down here, get down here. Yep, there. Oh, just in time to see those ones processed. That one processed. Now it's back in there. And we come back up here. We will see that there should be one more processor in here. Yes, I had 63 a second ago, now I have 64. Sweet. Perfect. There's also a place where I can see the crafting tasks that are currently going on in the interface. This little button right up here will bring me to the crafting status. There's currently no active jobs. Yeah, I think we're good there. So now that I've showed you how to set up the processing for how to set up the auto crafting for a process crafting method, let's actually do some regular crafting, because that one's going to be super important as well, because that's we're going to need to do that stuff. So let's look at a molecular assembler is one of the things we're going to need. And we're going to need some more, what is it? Formation processor thingies. Ooh, we're running low on stuff. It's okay, because once we get the molecular assembler and another interface, TER, there we go, interface. Try it one more time. Third time's a charm. And of course we're missing something. Annihilation cores. Okay. Interface. There we go. Now, and we're going to need cable. I'll get that dense cable as well, because I want it to carry a bunch of channels. Over to this wall right here is where I'm going to have my auto crafting, or quite a bit of the auto crafting. So we're going to bring that over this way. Get that one back. And if I set my, actually let's pick that one back up. I'm going to put the interface right there. Ooh, I'm a network apprentice. And I do this. That means network apprentice means that I've used 8 channels total at this point. So the molecular assembler is the thing that actually does the crafting. You can set this to have one specific task, but if you have an interface attached to it, it will be able to use the molecular assembler to assemble any of the 9 recipes that it can hold. Sweet. So first thing I want to do is teach it how to make all the different stuff. So if we go back over here, we come back to processing patterns, and we're going to go, what is it, cores? Yeah, we want the annihilation core. So normal quartz, fluix, dust, and logic processors. That's the recipe I want. And then we also want to do this one, which is standard Certus quartz, fluix, dust, and logic processors. That's the one I want. So now I can bring those down here and put them in this interface, like so. Perfect. So now I should be able to, I I really need to bring another. I need to make another one of these tables for down there. Interface. Let me get an interface here. Terminal. Let me get another crafting terminal for down there. Oop. Don't have the... Okay, well, here's a good example. I don't have the cores. Now, I can say, make me an annihilation core. 1. Go. There it goes. It made it. How come I didn't put those into the terminal? Go. Well, there it went. Now I should be able to make the crafting terminal. Done. So we can have a terminal down here to access stuff. Let's put it. Now I can't really attach this to the dense cable. It doesn't work. You see, it went on backwards because it won't attach to those. I can't attach it directly to that either. So I really need a piece of regular Fluix cable. Just either regular Fluix cable. Yeah, it has to be regular Fluix cable, or a colored variant of Fluix cable. The 8-channel stuff. So, piece of this. And if I come back down here and put this someplace, like so, now I should be able to put that on there. Now, I should be able to see this as soon as I make an order. So, if we look at cores again, I'm out of these. Do I have the stuff? I do. Go. And it was so fast you couldn't even see it. Oh well. Trust me, it went in there, the materials got crafted and stuff, and things happened. But the next thing I need is interfaces. Oh, let's go back upstairs because that's where our thing is at, and I can show you what this does. The terminal interface. So we're going to go right here, and I want to make an interface. I'm gonna need bunches and bunches and bunches of these. So let's learn. Let's teach the machine how to make those. There we go, like so. And if we come to the interface terminal, it's going to show me all of the terminals, the interface terminals throughout the entire ME network and what they're attached to. So there's one attached to an item buffer, and those are the recipes that make the processors. And there's one attached to a molecular assembler. That's the one I want to put this one in. So now we can make interfaces. The other thing I want to make is molecular assemblers themselves. Molecular assemblers, we can learn that one as well. Great. We'll put that one in the molecular assembler as well. So now, if I go make me some molecular assemblers, I want 3 of those. Next, well, it's telling me I'm missing some Fluix dust. Well, I haven't taught the machine how to make Fluix dust, so I'm going to have to do that manually. Which I have, actually, we might as well, no, I don't want to use it all. Because we might need it for other stuff. So I'm going to make some Fluix dust manually. I will eventually teach it how to make all these things. And I think what's going to happen, now that I've showed you the basics, what I'll probably do is put a bunch of stuff together off camera between this episode and next, and come back and show you the updates to all this. So now, or basically all I need to do is go molecular assemblers, craft me 3 of those, go. Now if I come downstairs real quick, I should have done it from downstairs, should have made the request from down here. Hopefully it'll still be doing stuff by the time I get down here. No, it's not. It's already done. So I have 3 of them. What I want to do is I'm going to attach these to the other sides of this interface. And what that's going to allow it to do is, if one molecular assembler is busy, but it still needs to be crafting other things, it can push it into the other molecular assemblers. Also, if I say I want 10 interfaces, it can make all of these busy crafting those 10 interfaces. So let's actually make some interfaces. How many of these can I craft? Can I get 10? missing iron? That's all I'm missing? It could craft everything else, but it doesn't have the iron. Okay, let's make some iron. I swore I had made iron. Apparently not enough. We're going to eventually teach it how to do the iron and everything too. Oh, I forgot the things downstairs. Over there. Whoops. I can't make any more of that stuff because I don't have materials in there anyway, so... Iron. Get all that in there. And in there. There we go. We got some iron. Okay, put the iron in. So let's do it from the downstairs terminal so we can see it immediately happen whenever I do the thing here. Let's go. Put the iron in there. Interface. Craft. 10 of those. Next. Start. Now, there we go. Now we can see it's doing multiple things over there. And it's already done. Look at that. It's super fast this way. So we've got interfaces. What are we going to do with these interfaces? We are actually going to connect them up like this. And then these interfaces are going to share some of these molecular assemblers. Do that. Yeah. Do that and that. Let's see. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do 7 there. I think that'll be good for now. But I need some more molecular assemblers. Now, craft those. Let's see. How many do I need to make this work? I want to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Imagine that. Craft me 10 more of these. 0 next. Oh, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. So it doesn't know how to make flux dust. It doesn't know how to make Certus dust. It doesn't know how to make any of this stuff. So I'm not going to be able to make those right off the bat. Now, these molecular assemblers that are attached to the, you can see that we're using up a few channels now. 7 out of, or a few, what is it, 5? Because these two over here are not technically attached. They need a molecular assembler in there in order to transmit the channels. But these other 4 are attached. And if I go upstairs and look in our interface terminal now, we can see that there's 5 molecular assemblers available to put recipes in. Nice. So we'll be able to fill these up with all the various recipes and teach it how to autocraft some stuff. I think that pretty much covers it. You can see what I'm going to do here, obviously. This is going to be my crafting bank, and it's going to have molecular assemblers and interfaces in a checkerboard pattern. That seems to work out pretty well. And if you distribute the recipes the right way in your checkerboard, you know, like you don't put like, okay, so interfaces require these things to craft, so I don't want to have interfaces and so do molecular assemblers. I don't want to have them in that one. I want to have them in a different one, like this one here. Now, right now, this one only has 2 molecular assemblers to work with, but in a minute it'll have, in a little bit. Actually, how many can I make right now? Can I make 2? Make 2 of those? No, I can't even make 2 of them because I don't have the source cards. Okay. But once I do have those, then it would have a couple options that were not the same, that were not shared with that one to craft those. So you want to put so this is stage 1 of a crafting recipe, and this is the final stage. You don't want to have them in the same interface if you want to speed up the process a little bit. They can be. It's not a big deal, especially when you're using 4 molecular assemblers on each interface to craft with. So what we need to do next is we need to teach it how to make some stuff. In fact, how am I going to do this? I want to teach it how to make the chemical synthesizers. How can we do that? We should look at that. So chemical synthesizers, because I'm going to need a lot of chemical synthesizers. A whole lot of chemical synthesizers. Ooh, which requires diamonds. Okay, so diamonds can actually be crafted like this. Oh, let's go back upstairs. We have the diamonds coming in from the bees. Speaking of diamonds coming in from the bees, I really need to set this second bee here, this guy, really needs to be another diamond queen, I think, because I need a lot of diamonds, and I don't want to have to craft them the hard way. I would rather use the diamond fragments from the bees. So let's look at that. Whoops, wrong interface. Oh, we're out of patterns. Pattern? Can we make a pattern? No, because we're out of Certus quartz. Out of everything. Let's get some more phosphates and aluminums and make some more Certus quartz. Got to be done. Phosphate, aluminum. I almost should put a hopper on that. That would actually work out pretty well. Let me do that. Make a hopper, I guess, first. Make a chest, maybe. Then make a hopper. Because if you pull out of the bottom, you get the resulting recipe. And we'll just do that, and then that should... There we go. Now we're cooking Certus. Because we need a bunch of it. What did I need it for? I don't even remember now. There was something. Oh yes, crafting patterns. Let's teach it how to make, well, first of all, this also functions as a crafting grid. You can actually use that to craft with. And then we're going to teach it how to make crafting patterns. And let's go ahead and throw that down there in one of the molecular assemblers. Doesn't matter which, really. Ooh, and I'm thirsty. Thirsty. Get over to the water. Okay. So I think this is going to have to be a two-parter on automation. There's basic auto crafting. We've gotten that all set up. Basic auto crafting. And then, yeah, I'm going to teach it how to make chemical synthesizers. And then we're going to teach it how to use those chemical synthesizers to auto craft certain chemicals and stuff that we need. So, yeah, I think that's going to have to wait till the next. This will be basic auto crafting, and we'll do advanced auto crafting next episode. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, be sure and leave a like, comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I will catch you later.